Hey everybody, I just wanted to make this quick recording so that you can hear the directions from me and we can keep moving forward with what we need to do this week. So as you know, we are wrapping up Unit 2. So we have kind of three main things that we're going to work on this week. First of all is your Unit 2 formal academic discussion. So that's what your task is going to be today, is to start prepping for that. And we're actually going to have that formal academic discussion and it will be graded. And that will be tomorrow, kind of in the second half of class. So tomorrow we'll kind of review some of those speaking skills, especially focusing on asking good questions in a discussion. And then after that, then we'll have your discussion at the end of class tomorrow. So today you're going to do some prep for that. The rest of the week, we are going to be reviewing for your Unit 2 assessment, and your Unit 2, excuse me, your Unit 2 assessment is going to be on Friday, so we want to make sure that we're ready for that. I will have your Unit 2 quizzes from last week back to you so that you can use that feedback to help you prepare for that test as well. On that Unit 2 assessment, there will be the vocab from Unit 2, our grammar and usage skill, which this time was the adjectival and adverbial phrases, and then also the theme analysis will be on there as well. So those are kind of the things that we need to be ready for. So for today specifically, like always, you're going to go to the classwork tab. When you get to the classwork tab, you're going to do your Tuesday bell ringer. For today, I just want you to send me a quick email and let me know what your weekend was like, what you did on this weekend. Was it fun? Was it not fun? Are you glad to be back in school? Any of those kinds of things. I would also like to see you write a nice formal, or at least somewhat formal email for this. So I gave you a quick template to use to get you started, just to as kind of a reminder that for writing an email, especially to a teacher, we should start with a greeting, have a message, and then a closing at the end. So a little bit of review with that as well. Once you're done with your bell ringer, then you're going to pop down to our Unit 2 stuff. There are two new things today. There is the Unit 2 formal discussion, the prep for there, and then there's also the, not really assignment, the material that has all of the text for that we've read this unit there as well. Okay, so you're going to go to the Unit 2 formal discussion assignment. There is a document attached there to help you prep for that formal class discussion. So again, this will be our small group discussion, kind of like we did at the end of Unit 1. But we're in a new topic, new unit, so it'll have a different question. Your question for this unit is what's in this gray box here. It starts with a quote from Steven Spielberg. Says, remember, science fiction's always been the kind of first-level alert to think about things to come. It's easier for an audience to take warnings from sci-fi without feeling that we're preaching to them. Every science fiction movie I've ever seen, anyone that's worth its weight in celluloid, warns us about things that ultimately come true. So using that quote, in your academic discussions tomorrow, you're going to discuss these questions. How are the texts in the unit examples of what he calls first-level alerts? Do you agree with Spielberg that the conventions of science fiction make social critique more effective? And which unit text do you think most effectively conveys a critique of society and why? Okay, so those are some kind of higher level questions, so don't get overwhelmed with them. What we're really talking about is when writers use science fiction, they use them to teach us life lessons, right? That's the theme stuff that we've been looking at in the text that we've been reading, okay? So what Spielberg is saying is that sometimes it's easier for us to learn those life lessons from situations that seem kind of really out there and crazy, and that's what science fiction can do for us. For example, if you remember way back when we were reading The Veldt, right? The Veldt was a pretty crazy out there story about this whole house that could transform to whatever you wanted it to be based on what your thoughts were. That's pretty out there, especially when it was written in the 1950s. But the lesson that, or the theme that we took from that was that, you know, there has to be like limits to technology, or we can't replace parenting with technology, those kinds of things. So those are things, lessons, themes that we can use in our own lives. So Spielberg is saying that it's easier for us to learn those in kind of seeing it in a crazy situation instead of like bringing it close to home right away. Okay, So with that in mind, first thing you're going to do is just jot some things down in the brainstorming, like having that in your mind. What do you think about that topic first off? Okay. After that, then you're going to start pulling in specific evidence from at least 2 of the texts from this unit. Now there are spots. There is a spot for a third text. If you want to be extra prepared and have another text ready to pull from, you can do that. We've read plenty this unit, so you should be able to if you want to. For each of the texts, I want you to actually find some evidence, and then I want you to explain, like, how is that showing your opinion of these questions? All right, so explain that, just jot down some notes. Remember, I'm going to be looking more at what you say during your discussion than your actual prep, but the more that you can prepare for that, the better off you're going to be. And the more evidence that you have to support what you want to say, the more prepared that you're going to be in your discussion. And there won't be so many, like, maybe those awkward silence sort of moments. And you'll also be ready to kind of have something to back up or to follow up with what your other group members are saying. Okay? So that is your assignment for today. I would like you to have this done before you come in tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll give you some time to kind of review it, like 5-10 minutes. And we're also going to talk about what we want to see in an academic discussion also. So we're going to be moving pretty quickly tomorrow to have time to have our graded discussion at the end of class tomorrow. All right, if you have any questions, go ahead and send me an email and I'll try to get back to you as fast as I can. Otherwise, have a great day. Thanks. Bye.